everybody. I'm Amany from Gaza in Palestine. I came in August to Iceland to participate in this program, which is Gender Equality Studies and Training Program. And I will leave next month holding with my hand the Diploma in Gender Issues. Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs of Iceland, Guest of Honor Dr. Mustafa Al-Barghouti, ladies and gentlemen. It's such a lovely evening as we are to grace this occasion. I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunities to stand here and speak. I'm very proud to be in Iceland and for the Icelandic support to the Palestinians on many occasions at different levels and in diverse ways. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw the Icelandic people's support and from parliament members and ministers during the last attack on Gaza. We still need this sustainable support because there's still much to be done and a long walk to freedom. Honestly, this is an exceptional night. Today, we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the foundation of the Association Iceland-Palestine. We Palestinians also have our own anniversary on this date. 65 years ago, in the same date, the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution calling for Palestine to be partitioned between Arabs and Jews, and allowing for the formation of the Jewish state of Israel. Let me tell you the story from the beginning. Since 1917, Palestine had been under the control of Britain, which supported the creation of a Jewish state in the Holy Land. His Majesty's government viewed with favor the establishment in Palestine as a national home for Jews and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object. This was the first part of a letter from the United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary, Arthur James Balfour, to a leader of the British Jewish community, which called by Balfour Declaration, dated on 2nd November 1970. It was as the Palestinian people who lived in Palestine didn't exist. Sympathy for the Jewish cause grew following the Holocaust and the genocide of Europe Jews. In 1946, the Palestinian issue was brought before the newly created United Nations, which drafted a partition plan. As a result of the war, the State of Israel kept nearly all the area that had been recommended by the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 181, and also took control of almost 60% of the area allocated to the proposed Arab state. Important demographic changes occurred in the country. Between 711,000 and 760,000 of Palestinians fled or were expelled from the areas that became Israel, and they became Palestinian refugees within Gaza, West Bank, neighboring countries, and elsewhere in the world. The United Nations is now debating whether to accept Palestine, formerly known as Palestinian Authority, as a full member, while the Arab world and much of Asia, Africa, and of course Iceland endorsed the bid. It's firmly opposed by Israel and the United Nations, which as a member of the Security Council has the power to veto Palestinian membership bid. Let me introduce myself to you again. I am Amany from Gaza. The most important thing in my life, you don't know it. I'm a refugee in my country. Can you imagine how a person can be a refugee inside a home-owned country? How does a person feel when he or she is searched to find the home village or town on the map and unfortunately doesn't find it? You know why? Because the name has been changed by the Zionist militias in their new country. I knew my village name. Do you want to know how? My grandfather gave us before his death the most precious inheritance, his key to his home. He was one of the 770 Palestinians who were forced to leave their homes because of the brutal attack launched by the Zionist militia, who massacred civilians as part of what has been called the Palestinian catastrophe, al-Nakba, in 1948. These Palestinians thought that they were fleeing to Gaza Strip, West Bank, only temporary, or the other countries, until hostilities clamped down, or until neighboring countries and the rest of the world came to their aid. They left their homes, but they are still holding the keys to their lost homes and ownership documents. Palestinian refugees still dream of coming back to their houses inside the Green Line, which was occupied by Israel in 1948. They don't stop talking about their lands there, and they don't stop encouraging their sons, daughters, and even their grandchildren to return to their homes. The status of refugees and in particular whether Israel will grant them their claimed right to return to their homes or be compensated are key issues in the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Today, the Palestinians are calling for a vote on the recognition of statehood in the United Nations. They are turning the tables from 1948. It's a matter of a nation's dignity, but I wonder whether this dignity is associated only with the men of Palestine, or whether does it cover all Palestinian women and men. Where are the women represented in such an important event? There is a need to adopt gender perspective and address the importance of women to take more active role at all levels of decision-making, including national, regional, and international institutions, in mechanisms for prevention, management, and resolution of conflict, in peace negotiation and peace operation. Finally, I would like to quote from a statement issued by former Secretary General of the UN, Kofi Annan. In war-torn societies, women often keep societies going. We must ensure that women are enabled to play a full part in peace negotiations, in peace processes, and in peace missions. Thank you.
Thank you, Amany, for a very inspiring speech, and also it's good to go back in history, reminding us how